Hi, it's me, Patti, again, and I want to thank you for tuning in for the third and final part of our 3-part grief series that I've been doing in partnership with the amazing Carewell. It has been a wonderful opportunity to talk about grief with all of you and connect with others during such a difficult time, but also such an important time and an important topic. I'm really thankful that I had this opportunity, and I hope you've had a chance to check out the other 2 videos on Carewell's channel about grief, part 1 and part 2, and I hope you make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Just like I said in the last video, grief is a lifelong process. I'm always going to be a little bit sad, but as I move through this grief journey, I also have to emerge in my grief. I have found tools and tips and strategies that have helped to support me live with my grief on a daily basis. One thing that has been so helpful to me is journaling. I'm able to dedicate a few minutes a day where I get all of my feelings out, good, bad, indifferent, and it gives me the space to process those feelings. Another thing that has been helpful for me in my grief is thinking about how I can honor my mom. I have started volunteering for the dementia art class that my mom was in, and it has really helped me to channel this negative experience with grief into something positive and something that she would be proud of. I have also spent time reading books on grief and reading blogs and connecting with others around my grief. I have started to see a therapist, and that is someone that is able to help me to process those big feelings. In addition, I'm making sure that I'm getting enough sleep. I'm making sure that I am focused on caring about myself. As the caregiver for my mom, I spent so much time focused on her, so now it's my turn to focus on me. I have started exercising more. I have started to go to the dentist and take care of things that help me to be my best self. Because when I'm my best self, I'm able to process my grief more productively. It has also been huge for me to find a support system in my grief. This looks like friends that check in on me and that I'm able to still talk about with my mom. It also looks like joining a grief support group. I'm able to connect with other caregivers around a super tough thing like grief. We are able to share stories about our loved ones. We are able to laugh and cry and to process these feelings and share things that we have learned. I was able to find these communities and these support systems in grief by sharing my story, by talking about it and living our story out loud. I chose to share my story on social media, but I know that's not for everyone. You can share with a family member or a close friend and really make sure you're asking for help. There are many resources out there and online communities that offer grief support, both on a one-to-one basis in a support group setting. One example is the Alzheimer's Association. They offer a grief support group for former caregivers, and that can be a place where you can connect with others and learn other tools and strategies for supporting your grief. In addition, ask for help. Ask friends, ask your doctor, ask people in your community for help. Grief is hard, and it's not something that you can do alone. So reach out to those people around you who love you and care about you and tell them what you need. In addition, it's also important in your grief to set boundaries. You may not be able to do some of the things that you used to be able to do. I thought that I would want to go and volunteer at the place that my mom did respite care, And that is just a boundary I have to set, that I can't go back there. It is too triggering, it is too hard, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to events. It's okay to say no to family. It's okay to say no to friends. Take care of yourself so that you can show up as the best possible version of you, even despite the super hard thing called grief. I also want to name, with the holidays coming up, it can feel extra challenging to be grieving. I know this firsthand, as it was my first Thanksgiving without my mom, and it felt pretty impossible. But I allowed myself to feel sad. I allowed myself to set boundaries, and I allowed myself to grieve while still honoring her. I honored her by sharing one of her favorite dishes with family and friends. I honored her by talking about her, looking at videos of us, and even wearing the silly turkey hat that she wore the year before. Grief around holidays is extra challenging, but make sure that you're thinking about what feels right for you. Does it feel right to honor them by sharing one of their favorite meals? Does it feel right to honor them by setting them a place at the table? It's up to you. Feel your feels, set your boundaries, and make sure you're thinking about how you are loving yourself and honoring that really wonderful person that you are grieving during a difficult time. I see you, and I understand how challenging this time may feel, and you have the tools, strategies to empower yourself through your grief. Wow. Thank you, Carewell, for this amazing opportunity to connect and partner around grief. Grief is hard. Grief is not something that we talk about enough. So I'm so thankful that I had this opportunity to share my story, to share strategies, and connect around these big feelings. If you haven't yet, you can go back and watch any of the other parts of our 3-part series. This is the 3rd part, and we have 2 other parts that are available on their channel. If you have any outstanding questions or wonderings, you're welcome to put those in the comments below. And I encourage you to like and subscribe to Carewell's YouTube page. Carewell is a wonderful resource that supports in all stages of the caregiving process. Thank you.